Good Monday, October 10th. I'm Maureen Kyle with your 3 News Now morning update. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me on the WKYC YouTube page. We start with Holly with a check of today's forecast. Hi, Holly.
Hey, Maureen, and my gosh, is it a good one. So 40s and 50s for you this morning, very seasonal, more of a partly cloudy sky early, but boy, we're transitioning to just nothing but blue skies and sunshine throughout today, with those highs in the 60s. Unbelievable. And that's where we should be for this time of the year. We'll stay clear this evening. And again, another great night for sleep and just relaxing. As we get into tomorrow, we see even warmer weather after that crisp fall start. And I just have to mention that the fall color is becoming more and more spectacular. We are nearing our peak here in Northeast Ohio. So take advantage and take notice. Here's a look at your Union Home Mortgage 7-day outlook, and we do plan on highs in the 70s. That's no mistake. Looking ahead to your Tuesday. Rain chances, I want to emphasize that, for Wednesday, Thursday, and it does get a little cooler by Wednesday. We're back in the 60s Saturday. We've got Guardians, we've got Browns, and all kinds of sports this weekend, and it's going to trend cooler for the weekend itself, Maureen.
All right, Holly, thank you. Well, one person has died. Another person is in serious condition after a house fire in Cleveland. It happened yesterday evening on Woodbridge Avenue. The fire department says it appears the man who died tried to put the fire out himself before calling the fire department. A woman was rescued from the second floor of the home and is being treated at MetroHealth. With this being Fire Prevention Week, firefighters are reminding everyone to have an emergency plan in place.
One thing that we're encouraging people is to make sure that they know 2 ways out of every room. Those ways are a doorway and a window. Make sure that window is functional. And we're encouraging people to make sure that they know where their family is going to meet in the event of an emergency.
The victim has not yet been identified, and investigators have ruled the fire to be accidental. In Akron today, the community will gather to remember Jayland Walker, who was shot and killed following a police chase back in June. Organizers say this march will focus on unifying the community in hopes of creating a safer city. It will also serve as a voter registration drive. The march is at 1 o'clock at Grace Park. Take a look at this drone video from Sandusky where a train derailed. The train was carrying hot paraffin when it went off the rails at the Columbus Avenue overpass Saturday afternoon. The bridge was severely damaged and several roads had to be shut down. Luckily, nobody was hurt. At this time, it's not clear what caused the train to go off the tracks. Well, despite this autumn warm-up, colder temperatures will be here before we know it. Tens of millions of Americans were under freeze and frost warnings over the weekend. And as temperatures start to drop across the country, heating costs continue to skyrocket. Nationally, the cost of home heating is expected to jump 17% this year, costing about $177 more on average, the most expensive it's been in more than a decade. It leaves many wondering what's behind the increase.
It was a very hot summer. So electric companies drew down supplies of natural gas. Then on top of that, the OPEC countries have decided to reduce supply.
An unusually cold fall could draw down the supply even more, with more potential rate hikes before winter's even begun. Experts say to help cut costs, repair or replace old furnaces, reseal all doors and windows, and even before you get a high bill, see if you qualify for state-run assistance programs that can help you cover the higher costs. Well, today is World Mental Health Awareness Day, and locally, it's also the return of the Hope Squad. This year, Parma schools are expanding their mental health summit, and 15 local districts will participate. The annual training will help them become mental health ambassadors, and the hope is to make mental health education as important as any other subject. Today's summit will be held at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse, and a Cavs star, Kevin Love, was actually key in making the event possible. On Sunday, lacrosse players from 4 Ohio colleges teamed up to raise awareness about addiction and mental health. This scholarship fundraiser in Hudson is dedicated to a local lacrosse player who died after a drug overdose. They're taking a stand against opioid addiction as players are impacted by the pain medications typically used in sports injuries.
When we're in active addiction, we're isolating. Like we don't have connection. We're essentially alone. And so like the lacrosse community, it's exactly that. It's a community. And so like that's part of my personal recovery is to be involved in the community. Like I can now be a part of life, a part of the flow of life.
All of the money raised will go to the American Boy Foundation, a group that focuses on treatment programs and resources for recovery. Well, the Guardians are heading to the ALDS. They swept the Rays in the AL Wildcard Series this weekend, going 15 innings on Saturday. And tomorrow, they're in New York to take on the Yankees for the best of 5 series. First pitch for games 1 and 2 will be at 7:37. Then they'll be in Cleveland for game 3 on Saturday. Time to be determined. If games 4 and 5 are needed, they will be in Cleveland on Sunday and New York next Monday. Thank you for taking the time to join me for this 3 News Now morning update. Our digital team will continue to bring you the stories making headlines around Northeast Ohio and the world. Make sure you continue to check our social media pages and WKYC.com throughout the day. I'm Maureen Kyle. I will see you tomorrow morning on Go starting at 5 a.m. Have a great day.